Welcome to Retro Rides Garage, where vintage character meets modern comfort. Today we count down the top 10 Japanese touring bikes for seniors in 2025. If long maps, sunrise starts, and relaxed arrivals are your style, this episode is built for you. We focus on upright ergonomics, supportive saddles, calm wind management, and engines that stay smooth at steady cruise. Expect adjustable screens, reasonable seat heights, gentle controls, and luggage that keeps weight tidy. This is not about speed records. It is about momentum you can hold all day without strain. We will share setup tips, bar and seat tweaks, and pacing habits that help your back so you can end the day fresh. Subscribe to Retro Rides Garage, turn on the bell, and tell us your own back-saving hacks in the comments. Hydration ready, navigation set, and a relaxed grip on the bars. Let the map start shrinking. We film real roads and real weather, so comfort is tested for shoulders and lower back, solo or two up. Keep inputs calm. Yamaha's Royal Star Venture is an old-school luxury tour that favors smoothness, shelter, and low effort. Its liquid-cooled 1.3-liter V4 makes gentle, even torque at modest revs, and the shaft final drive keeps long trips tidy. A tall windscreen and a wide full fairing calm your chest and helmet, while the deep, sofa-like saddle supports hips and lower back for hours. Hard saddlebags and a top trunk are integrated and lockable, so rain gear and layers stay dry and organized. The rider triangle is upright with an easy reach to the bars. Floorboards let you vary foot position and chase comfort as the day stretches. Carbureted fueling is predictable once warm. The 5-speed gearbox loafs at cruise, and the long wheelbase tracks straight and crosswinds. Audio and intercom features were common on these bikes, and simple cruise habits are easy to hold thanks to the V4's relaxed cadence. Braking is steady, the chassis feels planted with a passenger, and the wind management keeps noise low enough for clear comms. For seniors, the attraction is simple: neutral posture, low vibration, and storage that removes clutter. Pick a measured tempo, keep inputs light, and let the Venture turn distance into one smooth paragraph. Fewer aches, fewer stops, more scenery. It was built to cross states. Honda's Deauville NT700V is a practical mid-size tourer that keeps posture neutral and work low. Its fuel-injected 680 cubic centimeters V-twin makes calm mid-range torque, and the shaft final drive removes chain mess from long weeks on the road. Integrated panniers are built into the bodywork and lock with key, so daily gear stays secure and balanced. An adjustable windscreen and broad fairing send cleaner air to your helmet and shoulders, which helps the lower back stay relaxed. Seat height is friendly, bars fall naturally to hand, and the pegs let knees settle without sharp angles. At cruise, the engine hums at modest revs, vibration is well controlled, and passing often takes a simple roll of throttle. ABS was available on many models, bringing predictable braking in wet weather. The chassis tracks straight in crosswinds, mirrors stay readable, and low fuel use stretches range between towns. Service access is good, and owners value the very tidy packaging for commuting and weekend trips. For seniors, the point is consistency: easy starts, a quiet cockpit, and controls with light effort. Pick a steady tempo, set the screen for smooth flow, and let the Deauville turn distance into relaxed progress. Less strain, better focus, and enough luggage space to carry layers without adding weight up high. Kawasaki's KLR 650 is the no-drama way to tour when comfort and simplicity matter most. The tall, upright stance keeps hips and back neutral, wide bars relax the shoulders, and the seat lets you reset pressure points as hours stack up. The big single runs at modest revs and rewards a smooth wrist with range. The large tank and calm gearing help you bridge long gaps without clock-watching the gauge. Long travel suspension softens washboard and patched asphalt. The 21-inch front will track steadily over broken edges, and the chassis stays composed in gusts and truck blasts. Windshield and hand guards reduce fatigue, and racks or soft bags bolt up easily, turning the KLR into a pack mule that still balances well. Fuel injection brings consistent starts in heat or cold. The controls are simple, and service points are easy to reach each day. ABS is available on recent models. Predictable brakes and engine compression make downhill control easy. What seniors appreciate is momentum without strain. Pick a tempo, sit tall with a relaxed grip, and let the steady beat carry you. Vibration is modest at cruise, mirrors stay readable, and the cockpit offers a clear view. If pavement turns to gravel, continue. The tires and geometry suit that mixed route. The KLR 650 is not a sprinter. It is a reliable companion that saves energy by staying simple. That is why it belongs on a back-friendly list. Low mental load, easy posture, steady economy, and the ability to cross wide country without drama. Honda's VT600 Shadow helps seniors ride longer by making the basics easy: a truly low seat, an easy reach to the bars, and a calm 600 class V-twin that prefers smooth, unhurried cadence. The posture is neutral cruiser rather than stretched, so knees stay comfortable, shoulders settle, and you can flat-foot stops without tensing your back. Carbureted fueling is simple and predictable, the clutch take-up is friendly, and the chassis tracks straight at ordinary highway pace. Add a small windshield and soft bags, and you get honest touring range without heavy weight. Suspension is straightforward but compliant. The long wheelbase brings stability in crosswinds. Brakes are predictable. The controls have light effort, and mirrors stay readable at cruise. Maintenance is plain: chain final drive, easy access to service items, and widely available parts. For riders who want to avoid back strain, the recipe is simple: sit upright, keep elbows loose, and let the engine's steady beat set the tempo. The Shadow is happy at a measured speed where the wind relaxes and fuel lasts. A taller screen and a comfort seat are common upgrades that extend days. Nothing here is flashy, and that is the point. This Honda turns distance into repeatable habits. Pick a line, hold a light grip, and arrive fresher than expected. It is a forgiving platform for seniors returning to touring, with light feel in parking lots, sensible ergonomics on the road, and a friendly nature that keeps your back out of trouble. Yamaha's V-Star 1100 is a calm, back-friendly cruiser that tours well when set up right. Its air-cooled V-twin makes steady low RPM torque, and the shaft final drive keeps things tidy on long weeks of riding. The seat is low and supportive, the bar reach is easy, and depending on trim you get pegs or floorboards to vary foot position and spread pressure points. Add a windshield and saddlebags, or choose the factory tour, and highway days settle into a smooth rhythm with minimal strain. The chassis tracks straight at typical pace, steering is slow and reassuring, and the long wheelbase brings stability in gusts. Vibration is modest at cruise, mirrors stay readable, and the clutch has friendly take-up. Regular service is straightforward, the shaft needs little attention, the air-cooled cylinders breathe freely, and access to filters and plugs is plain. For seniors chasing comfort, the setup tips are clear. Choose a saddle that supports sit bones, fit a screen that sends clean air to the helmet, and use pegs or boards to change leg angle over time. The V-Star's charm is a quiet cadence that keeps the back relaxed and the mind clear. It's not about sprinting, it is about covering steady miles with low effort and predictable range. Pack light, set a measured tempo, watch the map scroll, and plan stops for scenery rather than pain. When the day runs long, this Yamaha remains so composed and welcoming, turning modest power into distance by being efficient, stable, and kind to riders. Honda's VFR 800 VTEC brings sport touring poise to riders who want comfort without giving up precision. The 800 Class V4 is fuel-injected and smooth, with VTEC engaging 4 valves per cylinder at higher revs. At touring pace, it stays quiet and relaxed. The fairing shelters your chest and shoulders, the screen sends clean air to the helmet, and the single-sided swing arm makes wheel work tidy. Ergonomics are neutral, yet compact enough to keep weight forward for confident cornering. At cruise, vibration is modest and mirrors stay clear. When traffic opens, the mid-range delivers easy passes without a flurry of downshifts. Owners often fit bar risers, comfort seats, and a taller screen. Add factory-style panniers, and you have a machine that runs all day without beating you up. For seniors, the draw is balance. Posture that does not fold the spine, a seat that supports sit bones, and airflow that reduces neck strain. Chain final drive keeps response direct and maintenance plain, and service intervals suit big trip planning. The VFR likes smooth inputs. Choose a steady cadence, relax your grip, and let bike flow over distance. Fuel economy at legal pace is consistent, range is predictable, and the cockpit stays quiet enough for comms too. When the route turns winding, the chassis rewards precise lines. When the day turns long, the bike remains composed. That is the VFR's signature, real touring comfort with sport polish, a back-friendly rhythm that lets miles stack up without drama. Suzuki's Bergman 650 turns long days into easy, low-stress miles. The twin runs smoothly at modest revs while the electronically controlled CVT chooses calm ratios, and you can pick drive for efficiency, power for response, or tap the thumb shifters for stepped manual control. The executive trim adds a power-adjustable windscreen, heated grips and heated seat, and power-folding mirrors that tuck for tight spaces. Wide fairing and front cubbies deflect wind from your torso. The broad seat and relaxed neat angle help your back stay at ease. At highway pace, the chassis tracks straight, brakes are predictable with ABS available, and the gear final drive stays quiet and clean. Storage is generous under the seat, and the top case turns it into a light tourer that swallows layers and snacks. Ergonomics suit seniors. Easy step-through mounting, feet can move on the floorboards to change pressure points, and mirrors stay steady. Cruise at a measured tempo, and the Bergman sips fuel while noise stays low behind the screen, so conversations over comms remain clear. Service is straightforward, with access to the final drive oil and transmission fluids, and the platform has wide dealer support. If your goal is fewer aches and fewer stops, the recipe is simple. Keep input smooth, let the CVT do the work, and settle into a calm cadence. That is how this 650 earns a place on a back-friendly list. Less strain at low speed, steady shelter at cruise, and features that make every mile gentler. Yamaha's FJR 1300 is a sport tourer that treats distance as routine. Its 1,298 cubic centimeters inline-4 is smooth and elastic, pulling cleanly from low revs and staying calm at legal cruise. A wide fairing and an electric windscreen carve a quieter pocket of air, and the neutral rider triangle keeps wrists and lower back relaxed across hours. The shaft final drive is low maintenance, and the chassis remains composed with full cases. ABS is standard on later generations, and ES versions add electronically adjustable suspension. 2013 on models feature cruise control. Panniers sit close to the bike and swallow a weekend's kit. A top case is common. At pace, the FJR tracks straight in crosswinds with stability, while the engine hums in the mid-range. The 6-speed gearbox from 2016 lowers RPM at highway speed, yet roll-on thrust remains decisive for quick passes. A broad seat supports sit bones. Bars offer position options on many gears, and screen height adjusts with a thumb as weather shifts. Fuel economy at steady throttle is consistent now, so range is predictable and brakes can be planned for views rather than pain. Maintenance access is sensible, dealer support is wide too, and long-distance riders trust the platform's reliability. For seniors, the appeal is efficiency without strain, calm aero, low vibration, and ergonomics that reward relaxed inputs. Pick a tempo around 65 to 80 miles per hour, set your posture, and let the Yamaha turn big maps into clean arcs while your back arrives fresh and ready. Honda's ST1300 Pan-European mixes long-range stability really with back-friendly ergonomics. Its 1,261 cubic centimeters V4 is smooth and tractable, geared for relaxed highway cadence, and the shaft drive keeps things clean on long trips. A motor-driven adjustable windscreen offers wide range, about 7.4 inches and 13 degrees, so you can trim noise and pressure as weather shifts. The fairing shelters chest and shoulders, and the cockpit stays calm enough for clear mirrors and comms. Seat height is adjustable, the bar reach is sensible, and the chassis feels planted in crosswinds thanks to a long wheelbase and reassuring geometry. Combined ABS was offered in many markets, giving strong, predictable braking on wet tours safely. Dual fuel sections total about 29 liters, 7.7 gallons, delivering real-world range that lets you plan stops on your schedule. Luggage integrates neatly and sits close to the bike, keeping mass centralized. Many riders add a top case for daily convenience. At a measured cruise, the V4's low vibration preserves hands and lower back, and passing requires only a small roll of throttle. Maintenance intervals support big itineraries. Access is logical, and Honda support is a comfort on multi-country trips. For seniors, the formula is simple: upright neutrality, broad wind management, steady torque, and controls with light effort. Set the screen, choose a relaxed tempo, and let the ST turn hours into smooth paragraphs while your posture stays neutral and your back arrives fresher. Honda's Gold Wing GL 1500 is a comfort benchmark for senior touring, a 1,520 cubic centimeters flat six that pulls smoothly at low revs, shaft drive that stays tidy for long weeks, and a broad fairing that shapes a quiet pocket of air around rider and passenger. Introduced for 1988, the GL 1500 brought an electric reverse which uses the starter motor linked to the transmission, making hotel ramps and sloped driveways less stressful. Seat height is low for a big tourer, and the integrated trunk and saddlebags keep weight centralized while swallowing rain gear, layers, and tools. A long wheelbase tracks straight and crosswinds, mirrors stay clear at cruise, and the Comp 6 keeps vibration modest so your lower back can relax. Fuel capacity is about 23 liters, 6.1 US gal, supporting steady ranges when you ride at a measured tempo. The rear suspension's onboard air assist lets you trim sag for passengers and luggage, keeping the chassis level and steering light. Controls have friendly effort. The riding position is upright without a reach, and the windscreen and bodywork deflect weather without booming your helmet. Add a comfort seat and a taller screen if you like, set an easy cadence, and let the bike turn distance into one smooth paragraph. That is the GL 1500's trick. More ease, fewer aches, and predictable range. For 2025 seniors chasing NO back pain, it remains a proven machine that protects posture, carries the day's kit inside clean bodywork, and finishes long routes with energy to spare.